Oh my God, I hate that man car. Good morning. Every day. Oh my God. It's 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. That car drive me nuts. It's so loud. Anyway, good morning, y'all. Welcome to the Gracious Gardeners channel. Thank you for tuning in. Please hit the like, share, subscribe button if you will. I'm just going to do a little garden update on the front yard garden. So here is my castor bean plant, and how big this leaf is, it's gonna get about 3 times bigger, and it's gonna grow all the way up. See the bird nest up there? Yeah. It might get too tall because of that overhang, so I'll have to pull it out some so they can continue to grow, because they can get very, very tall, up to 15, 16 feet. My elephant ears are looking wonderful. You can't really see the other stuff underneath the elephant ears anymore because they're so big. Now here's the thing with this. The elephant ears, I got them from Sam's. They were in a box. It was like 8 of them. You can't tell me that these people did not sort those elephant ears good. Because why? The same bulbs that I used, and I used 2 in each pot. Why are these bulbs, well, these elephant ears like this, you see how big they are? You see how big they are? They're longer than my arm, wide, and then here go the other ones. Here's the other elephant ears. All came out the same box. This isn't longer than my arm. It's nowhere near wider than my arm. Well, it's a little wider, but in comparison, you see these versus these. Those are regular elephant ears, and these are not elephant ears. What do you call it? Giant elephant ears. I think these are like the ones that I'm growing in the back. Okay. Here's my peach tree. Started from a seed, a peach pit. You can do it. I'll do a video showing how I did my pits to get them to germinate. These 2 pots right here are crocuses. I planted these the same time I planted all those other plants. I don't know what the delay is, but I don't think I want to grow those anymore because that's crazy. But this is my climbing rose bush, looking purty. This thing had died all the way back, but it's coming to life. I got a bunch of buds on here and everything, so I'm moving this to my zen area in my backyard. This is one of my grapevines. I had my son take the other one to the back yesterday because I'm going to let them trellis in the back instead of the front. My Meyer lemon tree, it had a bunch of flowers on it like a month ago. The flowers are gone, but I see one little tiny lemon right there. And it was a ton of flowers. Like, it was so many flowers. I just knew I was going to be in lemon paradise, but I don't know what happened. I only see that one. So I'll be happy. I'm appreciative. And these are my raised beds. I have a ton of squash. I have lettuce growing underneath the peppers. These are the peppers, about 3 feet tall. I'm gonna tell y'all something too. I don't tell people what to do. I don't instruct people on what to do. I may advise you or give my opinion or either suggest what I do. But a lot of stuff I see on garden YouTube where everybody's doing gardening. half of this stuff don't be accurate. Some of the stuff that they tell people in new gardeners be obsessed with trying to start gardening and do their stuff right. They listen to all of that rhetoric. When I say I planted my pepper plants, and I believe I did a video on it. When I planted these, and I started these from seed, they were probably 4 inches tall when I planted them in this bed from the seed start tray. And when they grew to about 6 inches, they had like a couple of little flowers on it, little buds. I see people all the time saying, pull those off. Your peppers won't grow and it won't bush. I don't pull nothing off, because you have to think about it like this. In nature, where all of this stuff is growing, do you think that only tomatoes and peppers and corn and stuff grow at people's houses or on farms? No, this stuff grows in the wild too. We might not see it, but it still grows. Who on earth is pruning anything? Who is pruning anything? Who is trellising cucumbers and all of that stuff? Like, it's cute, it's nice. It's, you know, if that's what you want to do to create more space and everything, but do not insist to people who are trying to start gardening that they have to know all of these things or know how to do all of these things, because they really don't. I do what I feel like doing, and I experiment a lot. But these peppers, as you can see, this thing is 3 feet tall. From the top of the soil is 3 feet tall. I'm not talking about the bottom of the bed. This is standing next to it is at my breast. So that just tells you, you don't have to prune nothing. They tell you, I got, peppers growing on it and stuff. They tell you to not plant certain things together. You can't plant brassicas and tomatoes together. They lying. I do it all the time. In the back, and I'll be doing a video in the back as well this morning. But in the back, I have tomatoes, cabbage, and collard greens growing in a bed together. And they always do good. And because I got so much stuff in here, I need to stake up that tomato plant. And then here's another one. So I have 2 tomato plants right here. Okay, and I see I got a little bit of aphids. I see the little black specks on there. I'm not upset about it. Why? Because I am just going to spray some neem oil this evening. Let's see how you can tell if you have aphids too. Look for leaves that look like they're curling. Like you see this one. Okay. Oh, I think I flung it in my face. But yes, we have aphids on here. So I'll be spraying them today, and they'll be fine. I'll spray them with some neem oil, dish soap, and water. They'll be okay. I also have melons growing from out of the bed to run across here. Let's see what's this about. Any aphids on here? No aphids. Corn growing out of the ground back there. I have 3 stalks of corn. This is zucchini over here. I'm growing zucchini and green beans and corn in this bed, the 3 sisters. And let me show you how big this thing is. You don't need a whole lot of space. This thing is like a foot wide. And maybe, I don't even think it's 12 inches tall. But you see I have all of that in there. Same thing over here. Green beans growing. onto my water hose holder. But this bed has corn, zucchini. I've been harvesting zucchini from these plants already too. Oh, there's another one. So this bed has corn, zucchini, and green beans. Green beans wrapping around the corn leaves. Green beans growing. This bed has nasturtiums, lettuce, peppers, two pepper plants, tomatoes, okra in the back, lettuce under the bottom, and a ton of squash. So I am very much pleased with my front yard garden. And I hope y'all enjoyed this video. But again, as I say, you do not have to be a by-the-book person when it comes to gardening or listening to everybody. Gardening is very forgiving. Last year I had peppers that ended up with some kind of disease all over the leaves. People were saying, you got to throw it away, put it in a trash bag and tie it up and throw it in the garbage. Don't put it in your compost. It's diseased. It's going to spread to the rest of the plants and stuff. Okay, so if it's no good, this is my logic. If it's no good and it's going to spread and it's diseased and nothing's going to grow, let me experiment. So I cut every branch and leaf off. Those pepper plants, it was 3. They grew back. They grew new branches and they grew new leaves that were not diseased, and I had peppers from those plants. Take chances, experiment, do your own thing. Now today my intent is to go in the back, and I have sweet potatoes that I grew last year, the ones that were really small. I didn't use. Those have all sprouted the vines. I'm going to experiment this year. I'm going to plant the vines. I'm going to plant the sweet potatoes. I have sweet potatoes back there that I started in a cup of water, and I planted the vines. But I'm going to plant whole sweet potatoes with the vines on them and see what happens. The reason why I'm doing that is because I saw a video where someone said sweet potatoes won't grow from a sweet potato. It has to be from a vine. Okay. Sweet potatoes root as long as they're touching soil or water. They're kind of like tomatoes. If you put a sweet potato vine in a cup that has about 6 inches of water in it, and the sweet potato vine is 12 inches, it's gonna grow roots 6 inches. Whatever is touching the water is gonna grow roots out of that sweet potato vine. I know this for a fact because mine do it. And I also have witnessed when I started sweet potato slips in soil last year. I put the sweet potato in a planter with the soil coming up halfway. The sweet potato, just the sweet potato top was showing, the top of the sweet potato, and it grew vines from that. The vines that grew out the sides of the sweet potato that were touching the soil, when I went to lift that sweet potato up after I had snapped off all the vines, I went to get the sweet potato out of there. There were sweet potatoes underneath that sweet potato that came from the vines that had rooted into the soil and was still attached to the sweet potato. Let nature do what nature do. Find out for yourself. I mean, there's a lot of gardeners I love to watch and stuff. They're very entertaining. But do I take what they say as the gospel? No. I do take some things from them, you know, if I like something and they're doing something in particular. But for the most part, I'm going to find out for myself. I have to find out for myself. People say you can't grow potatoes from store-bought potatoes. They have a growth inhibitor on it. Lies. Every year I grow potatoes from store-bought potatoes. Every single year. Never bought a seed potato. I always grow potatoes from store-bought potatoes that sprouted in my house. I'm saying that to say gardening is an experience. If you garden, that's because it's something that you love to do. Gardening it's like it's in your soul. It's in your spirit. It's so much satisfaction from gardening and seeing what you've planted and grown, and now you're able to harvest and feed your family with it. With that being said, gardening is supposed to be a beautiful, fun experience, enjoyable, a teachable moment, a learning moment, and take it for that. You shouldn't be stressed or having panic attacks because you're gardening and you don't know what's going to do, what the plant's going to do. Right now, if you have plants, squash and things like that growing, stick another seed next to it. Stick another seed next to it. So if the squash vine borers come, you don't have to have a panic attack and be upset because the squash vine borer got your squash, killed it. You'll have another plant coming up. And you'll be ready for the second, sowing of squash plants. But, yeah, y'all, I just wanted to share that with y'all. Because I see so many new gardeners on YouTube, and they be so upset and not knowing what stuff is, and people got them buying all type of crap that they don't need. Even when it come down to fertilizers, you can pull your grass. I can pull up grass and weeds out my yard, put it in a bucket, fill the bucket with water, let it sit for 24 hours and water my stuff with it. There is your fertilizer. You don't have to spend a lot of money or any of that. Just enjoy, what you do. Okay, it's getting hot, y'all. That's why I came out here so early in the morning. I still gotta go in the back and water everything. So, all right, y'all. Sending y'all love and light. Y'all have a blessed day.